That's right. You can take new or maybe gently used shoes.
Selena Bishop missing now since Wednesday.
Packbell Park has become the temple of doom for opposing teams this season.
It's the #1 killer and injurer of women in this country.
What happened to her after that point in time?
It's very controlled and it's very intentional.
When survivors are safe and supported, we see measurable impacts across the community.
Behind every service funded, there's a person getting a real chance to start over.
I believe that everyone has the right to live a life without fear.
La Casa became the place where women and children found refuge from violence and has continued to do so for 50 years.
La Casa provides a critical service to people in their time of greatest need.
The mission of La Casa de las Madres is to respond to calls for help from domestic violence victims of all ages 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We give survivors the tools to transform their lives, and we seek to prevent future violence by redefining public perceptions of domestic violence.
It's important because otherwise you wouldn't have a place where women would feel safe and secure and away from danger.
Every single time you help someone in need, you allow their pain to touch you.
I fell in love when I was 18. It was so remarkable. But once the remarkableness left and the abuse started sneaking in, it never stopped.
At its core, this work is about more than crisis response. It's about building systems that allow people to live free from violence.
This just didn't happen over time. This was a community effort.
We were trying to develop women's centers based on need, not just one, but many in San Francisco. In 1976, La Casa emerged from that process.
For half a century, La Casa has been a lifeline. Shelter, safety, counseling, legal support, and most importantly, the message that they are not alone.
I stand here with all of you, able to speak my truth, no longer silenced, knowing that so many still cannot speak. La Casa saves lives. It gives hope. It gives courage. For 50 years, it has been a beacon for survivors, showing that no one has to face violence alone.
La Casa grows with the movement and also leads what we need to do next. That's why we're all here, to end all violence.
When someone gives to La Casa, they're helping make sure survivors have somewhere safe to go and someone to turn to when they need it most. Seeing them achieve their goals is really, really powerful, and it also gives us hope in that this work is changing people's lives.
We could not do this work without our volunteers and community partners.
La Casa impacted my life. For me, being here 50 years later, that's the impact, because I have carried La Casa for 50 years in my brain cells, in the real, in my mind, and now I've been able to be here to share it with all of you.
For 5 decades, they have helped build and shape the systems that survivors rely on every single day.
That's why we're invested in the future of La Casa and others.
We need to continue to support La Casa and to support the elimination of domestic violence.
Ending domestic violence requires sustained collective commitment. No single organization can do it alone, but together we can build a system where safety is the standard, not the exception.